When you think about a regular 25-cent coin, chances are you don't imagine it being worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the truth is, some Washington quarters can be worth life-changing money, and the 1995 Washington quarter dollar is one of those coins that every collector and treasure hunter should take seriously. Today, we're going to dive deep into the 1995 quarter, its history, its unique characteristics, and most importantly, how much money it could really be worth in the coin collecting world. Let's start with the basics. The 1995 quarter was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia quarters come with no mint mark, Denver issues have the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters, both in clad and in 90% silver. While most people think of these as ordinary circulation coins, the truth is that even the simplest 1995 quarter can be worth way more than its face value depending on condition, rarity, and errors. Now, why is this coin so interesting to collectors? Because 1995 quarters can be found in stunning conditions, and some contain rare minting mistakes that transform them into valuable treasures. Collectors are always willing to pay a premium for pristine coins, and the 1995 Washington quarter is no exception. Regular strike value. In circulated condition, most 1995 quarters are only worth their face value, 25 cents. But here's where things get exciting. Uncirculated examples, the ones that were never used in daily transactions, can sell for anywhere between $5 and $50 depending on their grade. That might not sound like much, but the real magic comes when you start looking at high-end mint state coins. For example, a 1995 P quarter in MS67 condition can easily fetch between $1,000 and $2,500 at auction. That's right, a single quarter from your pocket change could be worth thousands if it happens to be preserved in superb condition. The Denver issue, the 1995 D, is even more interesting. While most are common, those graded MS68 or higher are incredibly rare. In fact, some of these have been auctioned off for $3,000 to $5,000. Proof issues and silver value. Let's not forget about the 1995 S-proof quarters. The San Francisco Mint produced beautiful mirror-like proofs for collectors, including silver proofs that are highly sought after today. The 1995 S-clad proof quarters can range between $15 and $50, while the 1995 S-silver proof quarters can be worth $50 to $150 or more, depending on condition and whether they are certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A perfect PR70 example can skyrocket in value, sometimes crossing $1,000 or more. Error coins, the big money makers. Here's where things get really exciting. Error coins from 1995 are some of the most valuable Washington quarters out there. Because mistakes at the mint are rare and unpredictable, collectors fight over these coins when they appear at auctions. Some examples include double die obverse, DDO, a doubled image on Washington's portrait, especially noticeable on the word liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." These can range in value from a few $100s to over $10,000, depending on severity and condition. Off-center strikes, coins that were not struck perfectly centered, leaving part of the design missing. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. A 50% off-center 1995 quarter could be worth $5,000 or more. Clipped planchet errors. When part of the coin's edge is missing due to a minting mistake, these coins can bring in $500 to $2,000 depending on grade. Transitional errors and wrong planchet strikes. Imagine finding a 1995 quarter struck on a dime planchet or even a foreign coin blank. These extreme rarities can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. One famous example includes a 1995 quarter with a major double die obverse error, which sold for $12,000 at auction. Another rare error sold for nearly $20,000 because it was struck on the wrong planchet. High-grade rarity. Why condition matters. Collectors know that condition is everything. Out of the billions of quarters produced in 1995, only a tiny fraction have survived in pristine mint state grades. Coins graded MS67 and above are rare, and MS68 examples are virtually impossible to find. This scarcity is why a single MS68 coin can be worth thousands. In fact, PCGS has certified fewer than 20 examples of the 1995 D in MS68, and each one commands a premium price well above $5,000. Investment potential. The 1995 Washington quarter is not just a piece of pocket change, it's a hidden investment opportunity. As the demand for rare and high-grade Washington quarters continues to rise, the value of these coins is only going up. A quarter that you might overlook in your change jar today could end up being worth more than a luxury car tomorrow. So what should you do if you have a 1995 quarter? First, check the mint mark. Then, examine the condition. Does it look crisp, shiny, and flawless? Finally, look carefully for errors. If you think you have a special coin, sending it to a grading company could unlock its true potential value. Conclusion: the 1995 Washington quarter dollar might seem ordinary, but it has proven time and again that it can bring extraordinary value.